And we're back with more Hunter x Hunter. Time to get started with Volume 31. We are getting closer and closer to fully catching up to where the series basically stopped in December 8th, 2024. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Welcome back to more Hunter x Hunter. We are completely done with the Chimera Ant arc, and now we're moving into the Hunter Association election arc, apparently, where high-ranking members of the association, are looking to try and vie for the position of chairman, and Gon's very own father is the one who's dealing with all these proceedings, and a whole bunch of people are trying to put in their vote to become the next chairman of the association as well. Not only that, but we also have the issue of Killua seeking to heal Gon and, cure Gon and save Gon because Gon is currently in a comatose state due to him basically accelerating his age in order to defeat Pito. So Killua's going off on his own to figure out a way to save his friend. And we also have the fact that Illumi, Killua's very own brother, is seeking to eliminate literally one of his own other siblings as well. So let's see what happens in these 10 chapters. We'll be going through chapters 321 all the way to 330. Hopefully it won't take me all the way to 330 to get through these chapters, but I think we get through them in a pretty brisk pace. Chapter 321. Chapter 321, Monster. And we have Rat, who goes, "Looking at the results of the first 2 rounds of voting, I have 2 proposals. First, have Beans check the ballots when people turn them in to eliminate intentionally invalid votes. Second, temporarily confiscate the hunter licenses of anyone who abstains or casts an invalid vote. What do you think?" And then we get Monkey going,
"We don't need the second if we've got the first, do we? We'll reach a 95 quorum by eliminating the invalid votes."
"I'm not so sure." And then I believe, who is saying this? I think this is Dragon going, "There are some who won't vote at all if they can't cast a bad vote. People who would spit upon the former chairman's wishes." And then Tiger goes, "Huh?" And then Ox goes, "Don't. You'll just drag this out." Then Rat continues, "Am I wrong? Chairman Netero specified that 95% of hunters had to agree. Invalid votes and no-shows are clear signs of disrespect."
"They just don't want you to be chairman. Try to deny that."
Because no one likes Rat. No one likes Rat at all. Good to see you, Blue Blast Sonic the Hedgehog. Good to see you. I hope your day has been great. But no one likes Rat. No one from the entire Zodiac group likes Rat at all.
"They just don't want you to be chairman. Try to deny that."
They can simply vote for someone else. Technically, after all, there are other candidates. But the people are already on my side. This may be hard for you to grasp, Kanzai, since neither math nor spelling are your strong suits. Gah! And it shows the 13th Chairman General Election results, Round 2. Total hunters 661, with there being 583 valid votes. First is Pariston, Rat himself, with 251 votes. Then it's Cheadle, Dog, who has 46. Then we have Ikshonpe, who has 28. Then we have Botobai, who is Dragon, who has 27 votes. Then we have Mizaistrom, who has 24. Then we have Sacho, who has 15. Moral, who was still recovering at the hospital, a little while ago in the last volume, he has 13 votes. Then we have Teradane, Cutie, Sanbika, and Bushidora, who have 10 votes. Then we have Lupe, who has 9. Then we have Lene and Biscuit, who have 8 votes. Sesgera, who has 7 votes. Nove and Kanzai, who have 6 votes. Kite and Satots, love Mr. Satots. I just love his overall design and just his mannerisms, with 4 votes. Menchi, Geru, and 13 others with 3 votes, Sayu, 11 others with 2 votes, and then Gon, Hanzo, and 16 others with 1 vote. Invalid votes, 45. Absentee, 33, with a voter turnout of 88.2%. Revote necessary due to failure to achieve requirements. And now we have... Now, all of a sudden, before Tiger can set off, because it looks like Tiger was preparing to kill Rat, but Monkey stops him, Snake stops him, Ox stops him. Thanks, I hope yours was also good. Hunter x Hunter reading again is awesome. Thank you, I enjoy reading it. We're also going to have a little bit of a gaming session a little bit later on, because I want to have like a nice chill session with the new game that dropped for PlayStation Plus earlier, and it's called Slime Rancher 2. Never played the first one, but the second one kind of intrigued me. So I figured it'd be like a nice, chill game we can mess with before I get started with Neo 3 tomorrow. So, it looks like Tiger is about to attack Rat, but he gets stopped by Sheep. Well, I think it's Sheep. Yeah, he gets stopped by Sheep, he gets stopped by Ox, Monkey, Snake. They all stop him. And Ox goes, I said, don't drag this out. This is a warning, Kanzai. Then Dog speaks up.
Rather than add more rules, shouldn't we focus on the candidates' messages? Besides, absentee and invalid votes aren't against the rules.
And she's directing this at Rat. Oh, I'm all for the former, but the latter? I can hardly believe my ears. I can't imagine the faction leader for the former chairman would speak that way. Chairman Netero said the election difficulty would be D. It shouldn't be difficult at all for upper tier hunters like ourselves. That means he had faith in our ability to get out the vote.
Shut up, Periston, you pain in the neck.
And this is Chicken. And then we have Rabbit speaking.
No matter what the difficulty level was, you could make a self-serving speech about it.
Enough of your spin.
Abstentions? Yeah.
Abstentions and invalid votes aren't violations, idiot.
I call them violations as a wake-up call to those who think they're respecting the former chairman by gumming up the works. I want to send the message that they owe it to him to make this election run smoothly and quickly.
Then save it for your stump speech. It's coercion to make it part of the rules.
Would that be bad?
Fine, whatever. Go ahead and add the new rules. For the most part, I'm also appalled by all these missing votes.
Shall we vote on it? And then Dog speaks up.
If we pass these new rules, you could turn around and claim that those who have their licenses confiscated shouldn't be counted as hunters for the duration. You aren't going to try anything silly like that, are you?
And this is directed at Rat. And he doesn't say anything to her. And then he's quiet, just looking at her, just quiet looking at her. Of course not. Would I manipulate the vote with such petty trickery? Their licenses will be temporarily held, nothing more.
What about lost licenses? A pro who loses his license may be a screw-up, but he's still a hunter under the bylaws.
You think someone might use that to manipulate the election? It's possible. I'll record it in the minutes. Losing one's license won't lose one the right to vote. Then there'll be no way to raise the percentage of voters artificially by decreasing the voting pool. And Dog is getting bothered by this.
I hate to say it, but unless we get out the vote, we'll never wipe that smirk off Periston's face. Ginta, Cluck, and Peon are manipulating the votes for themselves. But if they can't pull it off, we're all screwed.
And she's just sitting there, just ruminating, and then she thinks,
I hate to admit it, but I wish Geen were here.
And then it shows Rat just staring at her with like a smug grin on his face.
He's a monster, and he's out of control. Why did the chairman choose him of all people?
And then we go back in time when Netero was alive, and he is apparently speaking to beans.
As long as I pick 'em myself, it'd be boring to have a yes man. I want the hunter who's the most difficult for me to deal with. That's the kind of right-hand man I want. And I found the perfect guy.
Sometimes I don't like this chairman because his reasonings be getting on my nerves. I want someone who's extremely difficult for me to handle. And now that person is in charge after you're gone. A person who is known to be difficult to handle. Why? Why would you do this? I'm pretty sure I'll learn exactly why later, but we get to Beans, who's going,
Chairman, I still think it was a big mistake.
and then we cut away from the election into a completely different city in general.
Huh? Killua's back? Great! I got worried when I saw his name among the absentees. How is he?
And it's someone on the phone speaking about Killua. And then something is said that makes him go, oh!
He opened the testing gate up to the 5th door?
His expression was unsettling. I couldn't muster a greeting. If his friends are there, ask if they can lend a hand.
It seems one of his friends is the problem.
What? Gone?
And then the doorman that we met at the beginning of the series, once we got past the hunter's exam and we met the Zoldyck family, the doorsman who's there goes, Master. And now we're cutting. Now we're cutting to Killua's home. Ooh! And we have Silva. Remember, the last time we saw Silva, he literally landed on top of Cheetu and killed him instantly. Just obliterated him. And that's the last we saw of Silva. And now we have Silva and Killua.
Let me see Aluka. I need her help.
Killua.
Dad, there's no time for this. You can't stop me. Walk with me, okay?
Forget it. No one can keep Aluka in check.
That's where you're wrong! All of you! Aluka's family, not an appliance! I'm going to ask her as her brother!
Ask? That entity is not human. Don't think of him as family.
Say what?
And then Killua gets upset because of how Silva is referring to Aluka. And he gets angry, and then this big old guard dog that's supposed to be next to Silva stands up and starts gurring at him. He's something from another place. Something that came out of the darkness. And apparently we see Aluka, who's just sitting here in a room just filled with stuffed animals. With this blank stare on her face. And then Killua looks at the dog that's getting closer to him and gurring and goes,
Sit! My friend Gon made a terrible contract with his Nen. A mere exorcist would get flattened trying to fix it. If Aluka is still the way she used to be, I'm the only one who can talk to her. And the only one who can save Gon is Aluka. If I leave my friend to die, isn't that the same as betraying him?
And apparently Silva gets up. Follow me. And that's the end of chapter 321. Onwards to chapter 322. I feel good today. Yo, Shonen Sensei. I didn't even see you off to the side because chat decided to move a little bit. Shonen, it is good to see you. Give me... Oh, wait, no, not sub goal. Let me change. There we go. Chapter 322, Siblings. And we have Silva and Killua walking through this long passageway, and we get to this massive vault. And Silva puts in a code, the door opens, and then it's another door. It's literally looking at the doors of Dexter's laboratory and Dexter's lab, and it's just multiple doors upon multiple doors. I still don't understand how he fit a laboratory that is the size of a small city behind his bookcase in his 2-story home. I still don't understand how he did that, but Silva just keeps opening more and more doors, and we keep getting deeper and deeper into this chamber until we get to an even smaller door that has multiple bars and a crank on it. I'm sure you've guessed this, but there have been more demands.
Who made the last wish?
Miluki. He wished for the latest, at the time, computer. I verified that the wish was made.
A computer? That might not be too bad. Was it because Illumi was manipulating me? How could I have left my sister here to get treated this way?
Kill. I want to confirm that you know. What are the rules to Aluka's wishes?
I know Aluka better than anyone.
Not good enough. Have you forgotten how many people have died?
We've killed more than she has.
Killua. If you can't keep your calm, it ends here. I value the promise I made with you, because I care about you as a father. Can you confirm for me? And we're going into a flashback. We're just fading into a flashback.
Aluka.
Mitsuba! Pick me up!
Of course, sweetie.
And this woman picks up Aluka, apparently when Aluka was very young.
Go up there.
Sure.
Fly me high.
Sure.
Mitsuba!
Yes, Master Aluka?
And then Aluka's face changes, where we no longer see irises. We no longer see, like, teeth. We just see empty holes where the eyes and mouth are supposed to be. And then we have Mitsuba going,
Master Aluka's face.
Oh, don't worry. Let me handle it. Aluka, can you fly me high? Okay. Up, and away!
and Aluka just tosses up Killua. These be some strong kids. And Aluka continues to toss up Killua.
Up, and away! Okay. See? Back to normal. Don't tell, please.
Oh, I already reported it to your mother.
What? What? It was our secret!
And then we cut to Killua speaking to his mom and Silva.
If you do what Aluka says 3 times.
Yeah, her eyes turn black.
And they turn back to normal when he lifts you up.
No, then she grants you 1 wish. I didn't know what to do at first, but I asked her how to turn them back to normal and she told me.
Do you remember exactly what Aluka said?
If I grant you 1 wish, they turn white. If you fulfill 3 demands, they turn black.
And both Silva and his mom both get real quiet after this revelation. And Killua, at the time, didn't even know any better.
Refuse any of Aluka's demands for now, no matter how small. Yes, ma'am. Anything you say.
Mitsuba, pick me up!
No, sorry, Master.
Mitsuba, take my hand.
Oh dear. No, I'm sorry.
Mitsuba, give me a piggyback ride.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't. Come on, let's go catch bugs or something, okay?
Mitsuba, fly me high.
I'm so sorry. I can't do that, Master.
And before Mitsuba can say anything, Mitsuba is on the spot, crushed into nothing. Like this unseen force just crushes her like on the spot. And every other servant who's there just witnesses Mitsuba just die. Just like from the bottom and her top, just in an instant. And everyone is shocked. What?
Mitsuba was in the play area.
And this is Killua's mom.
Hassan was in the butler house.
At exactly the same time in different locations, they were instantly crushed.
But why?
Because she said no. She said no to Alika's demands 4 times.
And then we're back with Mitsuba. Then we're back with Aluka. Hello, Prismatic. We are currently off topic. Have I read Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo? I have not read through it yet. Am I a voice actor? In terms of what I bring to my channel, yes. Not paid voice actor, not yet anyway. But it's something I aspire to be. It's something I aspire to be. Well, actually, a full-fledged paid voice actor, because I'm a voice actor now. But I just haven't had like a paid gig yet. But now we have Alika, who's with another servant. Bit my tongue.
Yasuo, give me a piggyback ride.
Sure, master.
And then Alika's on her back, and the face of Alika changes to the 3 black holes. Her eyes turn black. And then Yasuo goes,
Say, Master Aluka, can you make me a millionaire?
Yay!
and then all of a sudden money just... That's super cool, not gonna lie. Thank you for the good reading. Well, thank you for being here. But then all of a sudden, just money just starts falling from the sky directly around Yasuo. And she's just utterly shocked as black-eyed Aluka just looks on and smiles. And we see all this money apparently falling from a blimp that passes over the Zoldyck location. And then we get a news lady talking about it.
A blimp transporting several $1 million in cash suddenly disappeared this afternoon. When it was recovered, the money was missing. The pilot and crew gave only nonsensical responses. The investigation may take some time.
And then we get Yasuo, who goes,
I don't know what came over me. I'm so sorry.
and then we have another person, Illumi, looking on. It can be a coincidence. And it shows Silva and Killua's mom looking at Aluka. When he's with us, he never makes any demands.
Dad, let me pick the next butler. Your job is to do as the child says, no matter what. Yes, sir. I understand. If you can clear this mission, you and your lover will be spared.
Oh, your job is to do whatever this child tells you to do. If you succeed, we will spare you and your lover's life, which means they already got this. They already got this poor woman's lover already, and they're threatening to kill him.
Hey, Katsuga!
Yes? What is it?
Give me your liver!
Huh? That's a little...
No? Katsuga, give me your intestines!
Wait a minute, Master. Let's play a different game. Okay?
No? Aww. Then Katsuga, give me your spine!
Master, please stop!
Then Katsuga, give me your brain!
Aluka, who is teaching you that these are things that you need to have? I need to blame somebody. I need to blame somebody. Aluka is adorable and horrifying at the same time. Yes. I need to blame somebody. Why is this child asking for these things? Why are you asking for them? Who said that you needed to have them as toys? Who told you this? Fulfill 3 of Aloka's demands, and she grants you 1 wish. The wishes she can grant are probably limitless. We're pretty sure she can do anything. But the bigger the wish is, the bigger her next demands will be. It's basically an equivalent exchange. And the price, the consequence of the wish, has to be paid by the next person. Refuse 4 of her demands. Oh, no. We're going back to the present, and this is Killua, because this is essentially Killua telling us the rules of Aloka's wish making. Ooh, that burp came out of nowhere.
Fulfill 3 of Alika's demands, and she grants you 1 wish. The wishes she can grant are...
Where is these burps coming from? What the? I ain't sick. The heck?
The wishes she can grant are probably limitless. We're pretty sure she can do anything. But the bigger the wish is, the bigger her next demands will be. It's basically an equivalent exchange. And the price, the consequence of the wish, has to be paid by the next person. Refuse 4 of her demands in a row, and at least 2 people, you and the person you love the most, die simultaneously. The bigger the wish, the more casualties there'll be in the next round when Alika's demands are refused. That wish killed 67 people that we know of.
The wish for Yasua to become a millionaire killed 67 people. That's not an equivalent exchange. 67 people equaled how much money? But yeah.
That wish killed 67 people that we know of.
That wish for a millionaire killed 67 people. My goodness. That's the end of chapter 322. Onwards to chapter 323. We're making good time with this. I know it seems like I'm kind of spacing out my words a little bit because I just want to revel in these chapters, if you don't mind. Chapter 323, Job Offer. There have been 6 other cases of just 2 deaths. 2 because Mom didn't believe Killua, so we had to test it. And this is Illumi speaking to Hisoka. You heard the meme? No, you didn't. I said 67. I said 67. The number 67. Not that dumb, illiterate, brain-rotted nonsense that seems to be permeating the minds of our beloved children nowadays. You will never hear me say that in any meme-joking capacity. I think it's stupid. There have been 6 other cases of just 2 deaths. 2 because Mom didn't believe Killua, so we had to test it. 2 more couples to confirm the rules. And 2 more were Miluki asked for some cheap toys, sacrificing a couple of tourists. In between those, there were 2 big cases. As far as we know, 13 people and 67 people died, respectively. And it cuts to one person going, "Oh, no, this is the big brother, the fat brother going, 'Can you kill this guy so I don't have to?' And then Yasuka going,
'I want to be a millionaire.'"
I can't believe that Miluki's name is literally the fat brother. I think it's because I keep forgetting his name. Like, I remember everyone else's except for the fat brother, so I just call him fat brother. But Miluki goes, Can you kill this guy so I don't have to?"
"I want to be a millionaire."
One massacre was caused by Miluki's wish, and the other by Yasua the butler. And now we go back in time. "Sure, go ahead and take pictures, Muna." I'm about to take a walk. I'm just taking a walk with Aluka and Kaluto. Oh, they're my brothers. And it's just someone taking pictures. Someone's taking pictures with Miluki while he's escorting Kaluto and Aluka.
Wow.
Say, Mona, eat this!
And it's Aluka offering him what looks to be like a mushroom to Muna, the person who's taking these photos. And then Miluki is just looking with a kind of sadistic stare because the background behind him is in swirls, so you can't trust it. He goes, sorry, he's just playing. Just tell him no. And now back in the present,
We had a tough time figuring out how much damage that one did. But with Yasuo, the price was paid by another butler, so it was easier to track down the casualties. In our investigations, we noticed something. In the cases where many people died, there didn't seem to be much logic to the deaths. We couldn't figure out the rules for how the casualties were chosen. Zoldyck family butlers received training at a school on the premises. When Kasuga died, each of her classmates at exactly the same time was wrung to death like a dirty dish towel. Also, teachers, a few people in other classes, folks from her orphanage, her foster parents, and grandparents. All people she knew. But was she really close to everyone in her class? Her biological mother had been hospitalized for some time. Kasuga visited her briefly each month. According to her training files, she loved her mother very much. But she's still alive at the hospital.
Had that stuck in my head, but I'm not letting it get me down. You're good you're good also. I know it. Thank you. Then Hisoka speaks up.
Well, people change. Love and hate are two sides of the same coin. Sure, but not in this case. She didn't stop loving her mother. She found someone she loved more. Kasuga had started seeing someone. They chatted online, then began meeting in person. The total time they'd spent together was far shorter than the time she'd spent with her mother. You didn't discover that after the fact. You knew about the affair, right? Good guess. That's right. I used her to verify the rules. Love between butlers is punishable by death anyway. I realized early on that this was a dangerous ability. We had to get the whole picture, or the entire family could die. We developed a hypothesis after investigating the first massacre. Then we knew for sure with the second. Fail Aluka's demands 4 times, and you must pay with your life. When only 2 people die, it's the one who failed and the one he or she loves the most. When more than 2 people die, the first 2 deaths are the same. Then others die in order of the amount of time they spent with the one who failed. That's why the mother lived. She wasn't the most loved anymore, and she'd spent relatively little time with Kasuga.
This is such a massive explanation. This is a big explanation. Then Hisoka just goes,
Oh, I see the trouble. Right. Killua will wish for Gon to be healed. If he makes the wish himself and gets a stranger to pay the price, no big deal. But I bet Killua will do the reverse.
And it shows Killua showing up to Aluka right now.
Aluka.
Sorry, family came in to talk to me about the dogs. They're good though.
Aluka. Killua will get someone else to make the wish and try to pay the price himself. I'm sorry, Aluka, for leaving you here by yourself. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm happy now. Wow, I missed your smell.
A monster that forced Netero to use a rose. To defeat his top soldier, Gon must have made a contract worse than death. A wish to take that back will be far beyond money or drugs. It will be granted, and Killua will pay for it with his life. Killua won't be able to meet Aluka's impossible demands. No matter what he does, he'll sacrifice precious lives. Mission fails. The most beloved and the longest time spent together. Either way, Gon dies. Either way, Gon dies. Huh? Oh. No. You mean, when you said precious lives, you didn't mean Killua and Gon, but Killua and you? Sure. And people say I'm crazy. The point is, if he fails the demands, not only Killua and I, and yes, Gon, but the entire Zoldyck family will die. I suspect the casualties of this wish will be in the tens of thousands. You'll probably die too, Hisoka. That's why I looked at you funny. Oh, this is bad.
Killua! Die!
And then Killua just looks at Aluka and smiles and goes,
Sure.
Bang!
and then Killua's head disappears. Then back to Illumi.
I'll ask Killua to make his wish in a way that sacrifices minimal lives. You come with me, but stay hidden. If Killua refuses to go along, or if you suspect he's lying when he agrees, I want you to kill Aluka. Just think of Aluka as a normal child with no fighting ability. The truth is, we don't know where he came from.
And then Aluka's laughing. And now we cut back to the next round of the 13th Chairman General election results. So, it's still total hunters 661, valid votes 593. That seems more than the last one. Hunters still at the top. Pariston, 258. Cheadle at 49. Botobai, 31. Ikshonpe, 28. Mizaistone, 27. Moral, 18. Pterodine, 17. Sacho, 15. Sanbika and Bushidora, 14. Lupe, 8. No, Lupe, 11, sorry. Cutie, Biscuit, and Lene, 8. Sesgera, 9. Nove and Kanzai, 6. Kite and Satots, my dude! 4. Menchi and 6 others, 3 votes. Sayu and 3 others, 2 votes. Gon, Hanzo, and 21 others, 1 vote. Absentee, 68. Voter turnout, 89.7%. What's this? Now this is odd. There are even more abstentions. Since they couldn't cast invalid votes, they chose not to show up at the polls at all. And then Tiger pipes up while Ox and Dog both look very confused. No, they don't say anything, they're just looking very seriously. Then Tiger,
What's going on? Why are they doing this to us?
so we can confiscate the violators' licenses, right?
Yes, we have no choice.
Because Beans is here as well.
Cluck, here's a list of the missing voters. Send them a message. Tell them to bring their license to HQ and provide an explanation for their absence.
I'm not sure. And everyone pays attention to Rat right now. Will this really solve the problem? Once they lose their license, they'll be pardoned, and they can keep abstaining indefinitely without further punishment.
That it was your idea!
Me? It was by majority vote. Besides, you were all against revoking Besides, you were all against revoking anyone's hunter status. What is it with me not being able to read this sentence? I am sorry. Besides, you were all against revoking anyone's hunter status. If I'd known you just wanted to meet quorum, I'd have pushed for that.
I hate the way he accepts and even suggests proposals that put him at a disadvantage. It's like he enjoys the obstacles. He's a lot like Chairman Netero that way. I hate it.
I have a proposal. Let's make speeches, all the Zodiacs, in front of the entire membership. We'll tell them how important this election is, for the association, for humanity, for the world. We can't convey that over the internet. We have to look into their eyes and speak to their souls. For the former chairman, this dude just oozes honeyed words. His words ooze with sweetness to draw you in, only to find out that it's actually rat poison. That's not sugar. That's rat poison.
Now this. I hate you, Pariston.
Okay, Killua, knock it off.
And then Killua, who looks like his head was blown off, actually ducked his head in his shirt. I don't know how he did it with his shoulder still remaining that way.
Boo! Ha! I love when you do that.
Aluka has rules the others don't know about. But I do.
Killua, let's play word games.
Okay, sure thing. The one who calls me Killua is the real Aluka. The one who calls me brother is the other one, Nanika.
Nanika means something. And that's the end of chapter 323. Onwards to 324. Such a lovely day. I do know one thing though, I am gonna get me plenty of sleep. Once everything is said and done, once it's time for me to go to sleep later tonight, like when it's bedtime, I am going to revel in the sleep. You guys don't even know. Chapter 324, Butler.
Killua, hug me.
Sure thing.
And Killua is hugging Aluka, while the rest of the family, Silva, Miluka, and the mom, whose name still escapes me, is watching on the camera.
Oh, Killua, such a good brother.
That's 3 demands cleared. Getting that computer was a piece of cake. I'm sorry, Dad. I won't do it again. So Aluka's ready to go now. Yeah, all Killua needs to do is make a wish. Miluki, verify once more. Okay, there are 5 rules I know of. 1. After a person fails to meet Aluka's demands and dies, Aluka resets and the demand difficulty reverts to the lowest level. It's the best time to make a wish. 2. While Aluka is making demands of someone, he won't make demands of anyone else. I used to have him make one demand of a butler and then take him back to you guys. Killua probably did the same thing. That's why Aluka never demanded anything of you or Mom. Oh wait, that's why Aluka never demanded anything of you or Mom. 3. If the person dies during the demand process, the demands are deemed a failure and at least one more person will die. Confirmed by experiment. The fact that they did this. Let's test this out. Who cares how many lives are lost in the process? The fact that they just did this just to see how much they could push the limit. Who knows how many people died? Well, there was 13 one time and 67 the other. But still. 3. If the person dies during the demand process, the demands are deemed a failure and at least one more person will die. Confirmed by experiment. 4. Aluka can't make demands of anyone whose name he does not know. 5. The same person can't make a wish twice in a row. That's it. I'm not hiding anything. I swear on the deal we made. And Silva is just watching the cameras. Why isn't Killua making his wish yet? He's probably thinking something stupid. If he makes a wish here, someone else will have to pay the price. How absurd. Can't he worry about that after he saves his friend? Dad, will my friend be happy if he's saved through the sacrifice of countless others? No! That's how he thinks, 'cause he's an idiot. He's different from us. Illumi's needle was training him. And then they stop because they notice something. Look. And Killua picks up Aluka and walks to the door. What a lovely day for reading. It is. The sky is clear. It's shining. It's bright. I had like a nice shower and a wonderful breakfast. So leading up to this was just like smooth sailing. But Killua's at the door.
Dad, open the door.
No. Make your wish there. I can't let you two out.
I knew it. My parents don't know anything about the other rules. Dad, please. We're father and son. Something that came out of the darkness.
Something that came out of the darkness. That word you use for her.
Oh, something that came out of the darkness. That word you use for her. When she has black eyes. I call her Nanika. We're leaving. I'll bear the consequences. Nanika, if we fail to leave the mountain together in 30 minutes, kill our mother.
And this surprises Miluka and the mom. Silva isn't too bothered.
What? Killua?
If we do leave the mountain together in 30 minutes, kiss me on the cheek. Got it?
Then the atmosphere changes, and then Nanika appears and goes,
Okay.
and then Killua's mom just falls to the ground while Miluka goes, Mom!
Killua, what a cruel thing to say. How my little boy has grown. Wonderful.
Because she really wants her son to be a stone cold killer with absolutely no remorse. Dang it, another way to use the power. Only one wish will be granted, but you can make it into a choice.
Dad, open the door.
And then Silva opens up the door, and Killua walks out.
Nanika is good at breaking, but not good at fixing. When she heals, she has to touch the target directly.
And it shows an example being a bird with a broken wing. And then after Nanika heals it, it flies off, and we have a young Killua and a young Naluka just smiling and laughing. But now we're in the present day where he's carrying her. And Aluka kisses him on the cheek.
I'll save both Gon and Aluka.
And we cut away because Killua is away from the house now. He's gone. He's left the home. And we cut away from Killua and Aluka to Moral and Knuckle.
Killua, where are you? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm heading back. How's Gon?
It was no use. I told him about Kite, but he didn't respond at all. Everyone's here trying to talk to him. Everyone's here talking to him. But no reaction.
Yo, I see everybody from the card game. I see Biscuit. I see Hanzo. I see Melody. I see everybody.
Yeah, I figured. I don't think he can be healed by conventional means.
Hold on, Killua. As you said, Gon probably used a contract to temporarily get super powerful Nen. If we want to heal him, we should leave it to an exorcist. It's too late to take risks.
Sorry, I phrased that wrong. I'm not trying to gamble here. Gon will get better, trust me. In that sense, my way is 100% guaranteed.
And Moral doesn't say anything.
The problem is getting there. That's gonna be the tough part.
What do you mean?
And then the phone gets interrupted. My apologies, Master Killua.
Koto!
The head butler. You know, let me flip this coin between my hands rapidly faster than anyone can see. Literally the most shrewdest butler in the entire household. Goto. My apologies, Master Killua.
Goto!
Please refrain from revealing family secrets.
I didn't say anything!
Your claim, Gon will get better, hints at Master Aluka's power. You're barely off the premises, and your outing precaution level is already at 4. Please watch what you say.
He waited a while to cut me off. Level 4. Dad must be really... Oh, wait. He waited a while to cut me off. You're soft on me.
What do you mean, sir?
Level 4. Dad must be really mad. Details?
And we get what this precaution actually means. It describes it. Outing precaution level 4. The subject's words and actions are restricted. He must be closely supervised by multiple butlers and family members. Any violations, and he is immediately captured, sent home, and upgraded to level 5. Level 5, the target is not allowed to leave the estate. Any attempt at escape will be put to a swift halt.
Details?
These precaution measures are recommended due to removal of family valuables, as well as rebelliousness and hostility towards your parents.
Alucard isn't an object!
There are 3 prohibited matters. 1. You are forbidden all contact with outsiders, including speaking or passing objects without permission. Cell phones are, of course, forbidden.
You took mine already!
2. You must remain within a 1-mile radius of Master Aluka at all times.
I won't let go of her!
3. Informing others of even minor details of Master Aluka's ability is completely forbidden.
Okay, I get it. In other words, this is how it's gonna be.
Because not only is Killua going, but we also have, essentially, we have Goto accompanying, and also, what is her name? Canary. There it is. Her name is Canary. Canary, you know the girl, the young black girl with the plaits and the big old staff that she was beating Gon with when they first got to the mansion? Both Goto and Canary are traveling with them.
If I can't speak to anyone without permission, you can take care of our travel arrangements.
That's fine. But why take Canary, too?
Aluka's a girl, you know. A dude like you can't look after all of her needs.
And then we have someone walk in, and it's a very large, statuesque, old-looking woman. Like, she is like Medea levels of huge. But without the controversy around the person who's around Medea. It's a conversation for another time. But big, massive lady.
We will accompany you as well. Master Silva believes that you two might not be enough. Supone!
And then it shows Goto is sweating. You don't see him sweat.
So he's really pissed. Don't worry. I won't try any stunts.
And then Subone just looks at him.
Listen, Killua dear. I won't go as easy on you as your father, Goto. Any violation and you will be sent home. No exceptions. At the first sign of resistance, I'll knock you out cold. Is that clear?
Subone is the only one who can address him like that. Goto, who's supposed to be the head butler, the dude in charge, is sweating in the presence of Subone.
Don't be mean to him!
I get it, you old hag. Oh, I'm sorry. Aluka, you little sweetie. Do you love your brother?
I do!
You'll do as he says?
Yes!
And Canary's just watching.
Master Killua's depending on me. He's risking everything to save his friend. I'll help him, even if I lose my job or my life.
And another woman that was standing next to Tsubone, she addresses herself finally.
I'm Amane. Hi. I'm Canary. Nice to meet you.
Tsubone! Give me your pinky fingernail!
And then, before we even leave, Aluka's already making demands. And everyone's looking. Amane, Canary, Killua, Goto. And then Tsubone's just smiling.
A demand of Tsubone, and the timing couldn't be worse. Even I don't know when Nanika is going to make demands, or who she'll make them out to, or who she'll make them to.
Of course, my dear.
And there's a ripping sound as she basically takes off her pinky. Now, mind you, in the anime, it shows her finger bleeding after handing the pinky fingernail to Aluka. But here, we just get the sound effect. So the anime kind of expanded on this just a little bit more.
Of course, my dear.
And then she apparently and then it shows her handing her bloody fingernail to Aluka.
Master Killua, I believe I'll go into hiding for now. That way, Master Aluka won't be able to demand anything from anyone else. Everything will be on me. Do you understand? Of course, I'll never be far away.
And then Tsubone, literally, as big as she is, literally just disappears from the spot.
Ah, I had more!
Drat. It's all right. I still have the advantage. I may not be able to make a wish, but I can still give an order.
And then Aluka pulls on Killua's shirt going,
Killua, are you mad?
and then Killua shakes his head and goes,
It's all right. There's nothing for you to worry about. I'll save them. I swear.
and that is the end of chapter 224. Onwards to chapter 225. Halfway mark. We're doing pretty good, I will say so myself. Did I say 225? I meant to say chapter 324, then 325. Yep, I said 224. I meant to say 324. And now we're starting chapter 325, joining the fray. Let me put this back in the current. Yeah, I had to double check and make sure I did that right. My bad, everybody. Chapter 325, joining the fray. And we have Goto, who's in a limousine that everyone is sitting inside. And someone's calling him. Yes. Yes. This is Master Killua's cell. No, I cannot say. I cannot say. First, perhaps, you should introduce yourself. Boop. Good day. And then apparently the person hangs up. And then they call back again. And the person who's on the other side of the phone is, My name is Leorio! May I please speak to Killua? And he's yelling on the other side of the phone towards Goto.
Good times.
It's been a while, Master Leorio.
Huh? Oh, you're the guy with the coins!
Master Killua is on his way. Yes, to help Master Gon. However, there are some conditions.
Huh? Conditions to save his friend? Do you need a louder wake-up call?
Control yourself, peon.
Say what?
Master Killua is risking his life. Then Killua shuts up. He's heading there against the wishes of his family. You know the Zoldycks are special. We're the ones who make requests.
Now shut up and listen, you punk.
And then apparently he talks to Leorio, but then we cut to the phone call being over. Oh, no, 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 no. The phone call's not even over. He just took the phone away from himself because he's getting bothered by Leorio and his insolence. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst.
Let me talk. It's faster that way.
And then Goto just looks at him like, you better not say nothing.
I won't say anything. I know you'd send me home. Hey, been a while.
Killua, let me at him. Are you okay?
Yep. I can't tell you the details, but trust me. Just do as Goto says.
Fine. I'll talk to him. And then someone comes up behind Leorio, and it's Moral who puts his hand on his shoulder.
I'll hear the conditions. Let me talk to him.
Moral, was it? I'm speaking to my friend on my phone. Why should I switch with you?
Good question. The answer is, just hand it over.
No way, you stay out of it.
Fine. One more thing. You're going to say it can't be done. Then you'll hand the phone over, because I can get it done.
And then it gets awkward with Leorio. Hello? Never mind, what's the condition? Once we get there, we need Master Gon to be the only one inside the hospital.
No doctors?
No.
No patients?
No.
It can't be done! This is a public hospital! How many thousands of people do you think are there?
Oh wait, sorry, I read that wrong.
How many thousands of people do you think there are?
And Leorio gets upset and looks at Moral. And just like he said, he has to hand the phone over to him.
Hello? I'll take care of it.
How exactly?
It's a big hospital with a big parking lot. We'll build a wing just for Gon. We'll set it up so you can drive in and out, smooth as silk. Nobody will know what you're doing in there.
Understood. That will do. And you are?
I'm Moral.
I'd prefer to talk to you from now on.
I need to make one more call.
And this is bothering Leorio. It made it sound like I said Leorio, but it's Leorio. But this is bothering Leorio that Moral's still using his phone.
No, it's me. The situation's changed. Can you make it so the equipment can be controlled from outside? No. No monitors. No windows. Right. They don't want to be seen. Yeah, sounds like an exorcist. But the way Killua talked, I think it's something else.
And we just see Gon's room, and apparently people have been brought to Gon's room to try and remove what is affecting him.
I can't. No one can. Remove this? No, it's far beyond my ability.
The only exorcist in the Hunter Association threw in a towel. Well, the only official one anyway. But Killua said he could definitely fix Gon. No, let's not ask any more questions. Killua said to trust him. When one of my men says that, the rule of the front lines is to shut up and leave it to them.
I wanted to say them, but the word is him.
When one of my men says that, the rule of the front lines is to shut up and leave it to him.
Leorio's still bothered.
Moral, I trust you to be Killua's contact. Sure, leave it to me. What are you going to do?
I have a thing or two to say to a whole lot of people. And then Leorio leaves. And then he's just walking through the streets. And then he gets on the phone. Gon's in such a state. Where are you? Why aren't you answering the phone? Kurapika! And it shows Leorio looking at the Hunter Association building within this city. And then we cut to Rat making his big old grandiose speech. You know, honeyed words, that Palpatine levels of manipulation. And so, we Zodiacs are unanimous in our utmost respect for the previous chairman's wishes. We promise to honor his memory as we take great strides forward for the association. No matter which of us you decide to vote for, your vote will not be wasted. Of that I can assure you. I'm sure there are those of you who are dissatisfied with the current association, or want a complete turnover of the administration, or want a complete turnover of the administration. But refusing to vote is no way to express those feelings. You can ask questions or address the crowd right here. The point is to make your voice heard. We will not ignore the opinions of the minority. In fact, Geen here has violated more rules than I can count, but he's still sitting among the Zodiacs. If you're going to abstain, why not vote for him instead? That was a joke. This is the last mission the previous chairman gave us. Let us clear it, united as one. You see how he's doing his words in a way to make you feel like what he's saying is right? This is some manipulative speaking right here.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. Now sit down already.
And this is Rabbit.
Let's get to the Q&A session. If anyone has any questions or opinions, raise your hand.
And it's Leorio who raises his instantly.
Yes, you there, the tall guy in the navy suit.
I'm Leorio, exam term 287. I have a question for Geen. Why won't you visit your son? That's Gone's father. You know what condition he's in. And then the air just changes. And then Geen raises his hand.
Okay, let's hear the answer.
Who are you to Gone? He's my friend. It's nice to see Gone as such good friends. Thank you. You didn't answer the question! Just go see Gone! I heard he has many friends like you. I'm saying that's enough.
Are you kidding me? Do you even realize how much Gone yearned to see you? If you just talk to him, he might recover.
Did he say himself that he wanted me to come?
As if he's in any state to.
And then it cuts to Leorio, who just goes,
You?
And then screams, "You jerk!" and destroys the table where the microphones were sitting on. And then when that happens, some sort of line is sent straight towards Geen, and what appears to be a black hole opens up on the table directly in front of him, and it's a hole that opens up to Leorio's fists coming straight out of it and punching Geen straight in the chin. And he just goes, "Suck it!" And then he just flips him off while everyone just starts cheering. Everyone just starts cheering. And everyone's clapping, going, "Did you see that? Let me remind you that..." Oh, wait. Oh, I think this Rabbit's still going.
Did you see that? Let me remind you that this debate will be on the Hunter website. You can watch the whole thing, so let people know. In fact, make them watch it.
So, once again, we have round 4 of the 13th Chairman General election results. Total Hunters still 661. Valid votes have gone up to 648. Pariston still at the top. Then we have Cheadle. Then Leorio. Leorio is now 3rd. He was near the bottom, but now he's 3rd. Botobai, Mizaistom, Ikshompe, Teradane, Moral, Sacho, Biscuit, Sanbika and Linne, Lupe and Bushidora, Cutie, Geen, Sesgeta, Nov, Kite and Gon, Kanze and 3 others, Hanzo and 3 others, and Sayu and 8 others. 19 absentees, with the voter turnout being 97.11, which means since the turnout is over 95%, there will be no need for a revote. I remember that from our last session. But that's the end of chapter 325. Onwards to chapter 326. Things are getting quite interesting, and we just bared witness to Leorio's net ability. This dude can open up many black holes, and he just punched a member of the Zodiacs in the face. He just punched Gon's father in the face. Chapter 326, Open Hostilities. And we begin with Beans. Oh, everyone's favorite side person, Beans, going,
The 13th Chairman General Election has finally reached a 95% quorum. Therefore, the next election will be between the top 16 candidates. Here they are in order of most votes. Please visit our website to view their speeches and make an informed decision. Pariston Hill, Hunter, Triple, Hunter Association Vice Chairman motto. A Kinder Hunter Association. Cheadle, Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. She's a Yorkshire Terrier person? Or no, she literally changed her appearance to be more Yorkie-like. She's a Yorkie!
Cheadle, Yorkshire. Hunter, Triple, Brains of the Zodiac 12. Motto, I will expel all corruption. Leorio
Paradonite? I didn't even know that was his last name.
Leorio Paradonite. Rookie Hunter, rising star who clobbered Geen on TV. Botobai Gigante.
Botobai Gigante. Botobai Gigante. On Sabado Gigante. I'm sorry, I'm messing around.
Botobai Gigante. Hunter, Triple, advisor in the Zodiacs and close to the previous chairman. Mizastrom Nana. Crime Hunter, Double, the Zodiac's conscious and common sense.
Who's that? 5. Who's 6? Who is 6?
Ikshonpe Katocha, Hacker Hunter, Netizen still refusing to vote. Teradane Neutral, Headhunter, Double, HR Specialist, pushing for changes to the Hunter exam. Sacho Kobayakawa, Problem Hunter, Double, advisor in the Zodiacs, most active behind the scenes. Moral Macarnazy.
Some of these last names? Okay, we got Gon Freaks, we got Killua Zoldyck, we got Leorio Paradonite, and then we have Moral Macarnazy. This is like finding out your teacher's name was Abernathy.
Moral Macarnazy, Sea Hunter, single. Thanks to recent heroics, promotion to Triple Hunter may be imminent. Biscuit Kruger, Stone Hunter. Biscuit Kruger, Stone Hunter, Double, beloved mother and that's scratched through. Mother is scratched through. Beloved sister figure of the Hunter Association. Sanbika Norton, Virus Hunter, single, doctor. Motto, please don't vote for me.
Who is 12? Oh, wait, sorry. No. Oh.
Linnae
Linnae, I was about to say horse divers, but it's hors d'oeuvre. It's hors d'oeuvre.
Linnae Hors d'oeuvre, Gourmet Hunter, Double, oldest hunter in the association.
Would be nice if y'all put her actual age so I can know how old.
Bushidora Ambitious, Blacklist Hunter, single, member of the association disciplinary committee, wants to revise the bylaws. Lupe Highland, Lost Hunter specializing in finding anything from contacts to missing persons. Cutie Beauty, Cute Hunter, single, the vice chairman's head groupie, wants a cutie association. And lastly, Gon Freaks, Ruins Hunter, Double, vagabond of the Zodiacs, getting pity votes?
And we cut directly to the car where Killua and company are currently driving to Gon, and Killua's going,
Leorio came in third? That's... wow.
That video was pretty
That video was pretty sensational. He used his ability in front of everyone. An emitter? A standing ovation. Do people hate Gon's dad?
And then someone gets on the phone. Someone ring Goto's phone. Master Illumi. And that gets everyone's attention. Aluka, Killua, Amane. Yes. Yes, sir. Just a moment. And he hands the phone over to Killua.
Thanks, Goto. Now I know how each member feels about Aluka.
So, in Killua's mind, he wanted to escape from Illumi, while Illumi wanted to control him. He feels blasé about Tsubone and Amane, and they both want to be chaperones to Killua. Killua trusts Goto and Canary, who are cautious of Tsubone and Amane. I'll do my best to explain this whole tree. He loves Aluka. Meanwhile, the family he's annoyed at his own mother. He respects his father, and he puts his hopes in his father. While the mother dotes on Killua, but the mother and Kaluto are jealous of Aluka. Silva manages Aluka, and everyone else feels loyalty, is employed, obeys. It's a give and take between Illumi and Silva. The relationship is just kind of all over the place. Yeah, soft on the people who are employed. There's, it's just, it's a lot.
Whatever Dad says, he still trusts me. He didn't try to stop me, and he let me bring Goto along. He just freaks out when it comes to Aluka, of course. One mistake with her and the whole family could die. He doesn't hate her, but he still wants to control her. That's why he had her locked up in a giant playroom. And that's why he sent Tsubone and Amane his most trusted butlers. He can gather intel about Aluka's ability and retrieve us at a moment's notice. Tsubone and Amane must know Goto and Canary are in my corner at least a little. Then there's Illumi. As soon as his name came up, Amane got super tense. Whatever Illumi's plan is, Amane and Tsubone are against it, which means Dad and Grandpa are too. That can only mean one thing. Nice going, Goto. You were fishing for her reaction. Tsubone would have caught on and distracted me and Amane. This is an intra-family mission. When family members have different opinions or principles, rather than working towards a consensus, we each try to get our way. Dad and Grandpa want to keep Aluka close by and control her. They don't want her ability to put me in danger. But I want to save Gon and give Aluka her freedom. And Illumi.
Mind you, Killua was still on the phone while this big mental introspective is still going on. Hi, Killua.
He wants to kill Aluka. Yo.
You took out my needle.
Yeah, I feel much better.
So, we can fight for real?
You want to kill me?
And mind you, Illumi's expression does not change at all. I wouldn't kill family in an intramission. Not family. And that's when Killua's eyes get shadowed over, because remember what the dad called Aluka. Remember what the dad called Aluka a couple of chapters ago.
Is that why Dad said that?
Don't think of him as family.
Bullies. Every last one of them. Bring it on. I'll show you what I can do.
Okay. Ready, set, go. And the next thing we get is as Goto and everyone is rounding the corner on this mountain pass, a big old massive 18-wheeler comes out of nowhere, knocking a car off and thus running into the car. No, it's not just a truck. It's another car meant to hit the car that Killua, Aluka, and Goto and everyone else is inside. And it's because the people who are driving it are being controlled by the needles of Illumi. And all we get is an explosion from the point of impact. But Killua and company are fine. Killua and company are fine because they managed to kind of get away, kind of unscathed a little bit, but the car is damaged. Master Killua, don't let go.
I know!
Amane will secure Master Aluka as soon as you separate by more than a meter. Master Killua will be forced to return home with Tsubone. And then, while this is going on, mind you, Canary is the one who's driving. While they're trying to get away from the truck, another truck comes by and knocks them clean off the upper railing of this mountain pass that they're on. Meaning that whoever's inside of this truck was probably being controlled by Illumi's needles as well. And the car falls to the ground and it starts tumbling everywhere as Illumi and Hisoka look on. Oh boy. So extreme. Weren't you going to check first? I have a spy feeding me information. On further analysis, something doesn't add up. Kill is hiding rules from me. If there are rules I don't know about, it's pointless to negotiate. No matter what concessions I got, he'd have the advantage. I must get rid of Aluka before it's too late. Hisoka, you eliminate the butlers. Separate Aluka from Killua if you can. Okay. So, can I kill Killua? And then Illumi gets mad serious, and this is the only time we really don't see Illumi get upset unless Hisoka suggests killing Gon and Killua. And this is the second time. This is the second time Hisoka has asked if it's okay for him to kill Killua, or if he gets caught up in a crossfire, is okay if I kill him. Illumi gives him like this Sayako grudge death stare, with one eye going, I'll kill you, right here and now. Aw, I was just joking. You're spilling bloodlust all over the place. We cool? And Hisoka is just smiling because he's just toying with Illumi. And Killua is fine. But in that instance, Killua is also capable of sensing the bloodlust coming off Illumi.
Illumi's bloodlust! He's up there!
Oops. You meant to do that. Who, me? And Hisoka is drawn in a very, very lackadaisical, kind of trollish looking face. I'd prefer Gon to live, if possible. The more toys, the more fun, right? And Hisoka sees basically every significant hunter he's come across, and heard about, as people that he would like to toy with. Well, if possible. And everyone is fine. Everyone is fine. And Killua goes,
It's okay. You're safe with me. Close your eyes and hang on.
And Aluka closes her eyes and goes,
Okay.
Then Amane speaks up.
We need to get far away from Master Illumi. If he knows our route, the sooner we divert, the better.
And they're all just standing there. And then, like ninjas, they all just disappear from where they're standing and they just start taking off.
Sure. But I gotta say, it's hard to trust you.
My grandmother and I are not your enemies. For now. It all depends on Dad's orders, right?
For now, it all depends on Dad's orders, right?
Masters Silva and Zeno are not your enemies either. Our duty includes protecting your safety, Master Killua.
And Killua stops and he starts coursing with Nen. And then his hair goes from like regular spiky to electrified spiky.
As long as Aluka isn't included in that, you are my enemy.
And that's the end of chapter 326. Onwards to chapter 327. Let me go ahead and get this one. Chapter 327, Riddle.
Godspeed. Lightning speed.
And Killua just takes off before any of the butlers could even catch up.
He's gone.
Goto here. Change of plans. We lost Master Killua. We'll take 4 cars, same route. If Master Killua calls, do as he says as long as it's within parameters. Master Illumi knew right where we were. Someone on the inside is aiding him. Be careful.
Roger.
And both Amane and Canary are preparing to leave, but they all stop because someone comes out of the dark in a shape that looks very Hisoka-like. But we cut back to Killua, and while he's running, Tsubone is keeping up.
How that boy's grown. If I hadn't been prepared, he would have lost me. He'll be a great assassin. Sakes, I'm getting sentimental in my old age. He'll leave Master Illumi in the dust, that's for sure. I just can't cotton
to Master Illumi and Miluki?
I just can't
Cotton? Is it cotton?
I just can't cotton to Masters Illumi and Miluki. They take after their mother too much. But enough of my little opinions. I have to think of a way to subdue him.
Tsubone is definitely keeping up enough for Killua to have to look behind him. But Killua's still running.
There. Should be safe for now. I'd like to keep going, but I better save electricity to get into town.
Killua? Do you think I shouldn't be here?
And this is Aluka. And Killua just stands there for a moment.
Would the family be better off without me? Would you all get along better?
Aluka, if I were the only one who loved you in the whole world, would that make you sad?
And she just starts laughing.
I'd be so happy I couldn't stop smiling.
Okay. I'll always be there for you. Don't worry about anyone else.
But Killua is sensing someone, and his hair gets spiky again.
Someone's there. Tsubone or Illumi. They won't make this easy. Bring it on.
And then Killua looks at Aluka and goes,
Let's go.
and we cut back to Goto, Amane, and Canary as we are facing off against Hisoka, who was surprised. Who the heck are you? Just a traveling magician. And Hisoka takes out a whole bunch of cards, and he makes them float in front of him. And he starts tossing them towards everyone. Yeah, he starts tossing them at everyone. Canary prepares, Amane prepares, and then we have Goto, who clutches a handful of coins so tightly that you see the impression of his knuckles through his skin and the veins on his skin as well. And he basically uses them to basically shoot all of Hisoka's cards. Wait. Don't take him on. Dodge him. Go after Master Killua. Save your energy for the mission. I'll play with you. And it's just Goto versus Hisoka. And Hisoka starts charging up with Nen. Because after all of that, those coins were meant to also hit Hisoka. But Hisoka opens up his hand and shows every single coin that Goto had just sitting in between his fingers. So, you can fire coins more powerful than bullets. Powerful enough to hold back your subordinates. He caught my coins without a scratch. Must have something to do with his ability. And it shows Hisoka just showing off his bungee gum, and he's attached one coin and he's swinging it like a pendulum. My aura has qualities of both rubber and gum. Bungee gum. And he starts spinning 2 coins that he has attached to it in his hands. Showing your hand. You'll regret it, you cheap conjurer. I have nothing to hide from the dead. If I let you in on a few secrets, it's no skin off my nose. I don't think so. And he just starts shooting coins at Hisoka. And Hisoka just basically creates a field that catches all of these coins that stretch a little bit, but they don't touch him. Am I getting used to your attacks, or are they getting slower? Yes, quite a bit. But Hisoka starts looking at the coins that are just basically attached to his bungee gum. Mind you, these coins were shot with Nen as well, so they're moving faster. They start moving. Spin. That's where I applied power. And they start spinning in Hisoka's hands, and beyond his control, they wrap his hands up. Better disengage, or your own aura will strangle you. And then Goto just fires off more coins from his fingers. Or perhaps you prefer to be riddled with shots. Either way, it's your death. And while these coins go flying towards him, Hisoka is still there as his arms are basically wrapped up in his own bungee gum because of the coins. Bungee gum. Disengage. And there's a disengagement from Hisoka's feet as Goto just looks on. And Hisoka is gone. And the point of impact for the coins basically decimates an entire tree. What? How did he jump from that position? And then Goto starts seeing movement in the trees behind him too fast for him to actually keep up with. Too fast. I can follow them with my eyes. I scattered bungee with the first set of cards, so it fling me to safety when I release the gum on my feet. And while this is happening, we just have the sound effects of Hisoka bounding around inside this forest. Now a riddle from the Grim Reaper. You gave me 22 coins. How many will I return? He's going to use his rubber power to shoot my coins. The answer will appear in your corpse. Gum release. Don't mess with me, even if it's more than 22. And it instantly shows all of his coins just flying around him in a circle from omnidirections. I'll just shoot them all down. And in an instant, we get Hisoka, who's above Goto's head, and in a quick slash, we see a line get drawn through his neck. Who cares? Who cares? The dead can't count. Hisoka used 2 cards to slice through Goto's neck. The dead can't count. Wah wah. Aw, no one left to answer the Grim Reaper's riddle. He literally beheaded Goto with cards. And that is the end of chapter 327, onwards to chapter 328. But before that happens, the boys need to go outside, so I'm going to go ahead and take that quick break. I'll cut out this part from the full stream. I'll cut it out later in editing, the whole period where I'm gone. But just hold tight, everyone. Let me take them outside, and then we'll continue with the last 3 chapters. Be right back. Hold tight, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We can continue with chapter 328, Arrangements. And Killua is taking off, and he's running down the highway with Aluka, and he sees a sign.
40 kilometers to the next town. I can make it. Aluka, this'll sting a bit again.
I'm okay.
And mind you, Subone is keeping up with Killua, and she notices that Killua is about to do something,
Godspeed. Lightning speed.
and Killua just takes off faster than Subone can keep up with.
Ooh. Not bad, boy. I can catch up at that speed. Alone. Amane, it's me. Master Killua is headed for Parasta. Come on out.
Canary, come with me. 2 will be faster on grandmother's bike.
And as they're running on the highway, there's just a bike that is basically patterned off of Subone. It's just like a big old bike that looks like Subone.
How is this?
Grandma, hang on tight. She runs on our aura. It'll exhaust you faster than running.
Oh! It's not a motorcycle that looks like Subone. That is Subone! I forgot about this. She turned into a motorcycle!
She turned into a motorcycle!
Is this?
Grandma, hang on tight. She runs on our aura. It'll exhaust you faster than running.
Let's go.
And she takes off, and she moves like Killua using Godspeed. That's how fast she moves. And everything around them is a blur. And they start to catch up to Killua already. And he notices that they're catching up.
Ah, come on. Even carrying Aluka, I'm going full speed.
And when they get close,
Fine.
he jumps off the railing and goes straight into the woods.
Into the woods.
Yeah, he just sails off and just takes off through the trees with Amane and company looking at him.
Now what?
We head him off.
Where?
At that speed, it'll take him less than 10 minutes to get to Parastar. It'll take Master Illumi about 20 by car. What will he do with those 10 minutes?
Make a disguise?
Wrong. Well, it's maybe. It's a cute idea. Tell me, why does Master Killua want to lose us?
To contact his friends.
Correct. Well then, how can he do that without getting our attention?
Find a transmitter? Use a stranger's cell?
Not good enough. Think! Even if we know he's there, where aren't we able to look?
Now, Amane gets quiet and Canary goes,
Oh. Get it? Let's go!
and they take off, and Killua gets to the airport.
We've been waiting.
Not bad.
Oh, no. It's them. They literally waited for him at the airport. Amane and Canary were already at the airport. They were already waiting.
We've been waiting.
Ah, not bad.
We've arranged for blimps.
Oh? How many?
Huh?
Just one? Is this amateur hour? If we want to lose Illumi, we need at least 5 or 6 going in different directions. Split up and make it happen.
Do I sign here?
Yes.
Get 2 tickets for each.
I know, you think I'm stupid?
How do you read this?
Ask her. What name should I use? Think for yourself!
And Amane's just looking, going,
Where's Master Killua?
and they see a blimp flying off in the distance already.
Oh, crud, you stalled us on purpose to let him escape! Whatever do you mean?
Because, Canary is on Killua's side.
Come on, we're going after him.
Go ahead.
Huh? I'll arrange the decoy blimps and board one of them. If you use ground transport, make sure no one tails you.
What? You're going to tail a blimp and another blimp? Are you trying to be seen?
Of course not. I'll just be a decoy. It'll make it easier to rendezvous with Goto.
Oh, they don't know that Goto just died.
What?
You're cute when you let loose a little. I bet Master Killua would like you better this way.
Are you mocking me?
No, I mean it.
And then Amane is just taken aback completely. Just with everything that's going on, just taken aback. But it cuts to Canary trying to get in contact, wondering about Goto. Apparently getting on the phone to see if she can get in contact with him. And then we cut to Killua.
Hello? It's me, Killua.
What's up? We were worried. I can't get hold of Goto.
Okay, I'll try calling.
Your brother?
Yeah, only Alika can get going back to normal, but Illumi is trying to kill her. The truth is, if my wish is granted, my entire family may die.
Then it cuts to a car that's skidding into the parking lot, and it's Hisoka and Illumi. Too late. Why not just wait by the hospital? The closer we get to the hospital, the more likely we are to fail. Killua's friends will be swarming it. If we let our guard down for a second, they'd be all over us. 8 blimps. I need more hands on deck. Calling friends? I'm shy. Don't have any. I hate to waste them, but I'll have to use these needles. And there are needles that are on the front of his shirt that have apparently a different, orb design on them? I don't know. Oh, nice aura. I stick people with an order and they die obeying it. More precisely, they die from overexertion. Then back to Moral.
Granting wishes? That's a dangerous ability. I can only imagine what would happen if it fell into the wrong hands.
Illumi will follow from the ground. My butler sent up 7 decoy blimps. Illumi doesn't have allies. He'll send needle people.
What?
Soldiers who do his bidding until they die, controlled by special Nen needles. The victims will be civilians. He injects his aura through the needles. They'll be doomed puppets.
And it shows everyone having a needle basically thrown into their head by Illumi while he's in the city, and they all immediately become controlled by him.
Moral, call on the hunters to capture the needle people. If there's concrete proof that Illumi has abused civilians, they can arrest him even if he's a pro-hunter, right?
Hunter Bylaws, Article 4. Hunters shall not target other hunters unless they have committed heinous crimes.
Some of the candidates are arguing for revisions to the Hunter Examine bylaws. If the association catches Illumi, it'll drum up sympathy for their cause.
Killua, are you sure? You're selling your own brother out.
I won't forgive anyone who tries to hurt Aluka. Though whether it's my brother or anyone else, I'll crush them by any means.
And Moral's just listening like,
Well, dang, this kid is hardcore. Fine. Teradane and Bushidora will go along. I'm sure others will be happy to assist. Good thing this hospital is in the same town as Hunter HQ. Just around the corner, in fact. But I should warn them that the target is dangerous, that they shouldn't go after him, just the needle people.
and someone is going, I've accessed I've accessed Parasta's airport flight logs. 6 blimps will land in a 20 to... I've accessed Parasta's airport flight logs. This is going to be the voice I give to this character here. I've accessed Parasta's airport flight logs. 6 blimps will land in a 20 to 30 kilometer radius around the hospital. Illumi doesn't know which one contains Killua and the butler. It'll have to pursue by sight. We'll set up checkpoints all the way to Swardani City, with hunters waiting in ambush. Illumi and the Needle People will come by land, make recovering the Needle People the highest priority. Look for needles later. Just capture anyone who goes near the blimps. Yes, sir! And this is everyone following all the, I guess, some of the people who want reform for the Hunters Association by votes. They're the ones sending all these people out. I knew it. Article 4 of the bylaws is wrong. There's no provision for a crisis like this. Our lives and reputations are on the line. The exam should be more selective. If criminals were weeded out earlier, we wouldn't be in this mess. Now's the time for the anti-Netero faction to have more pull in the association. Oh, these dudes are against everything that Netero stood for. They're all against him. Go! And it shows the anti-Netero faction preparing to search for the Needle People. Hisoka, can you hunt the lemons? Okay, we'll be busy. And that's the end of chapter 328. Onwards to chapter 329. Butterfly in the sky. Chapter 329, Spy. Hello, everyone. This is Teradane. Lupe, Bushidor, and I would like to make a joint statement today. We're often called the anti-Netero faction, but that's not our intent. I assert we're driven by the same hunter spirit as the late chairman. We intend to reinstate the chairman's legendary Pure Paladin Squad for the glory of the Hunter Association. And then we have Bushidor speaking up. Teradane is our candidate, with Lupe as his deputy. And I, Bushidora, will be captain of the new Pure Paladins. I don't like how the word Pure Paladins sound. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. And I, Bushidora, will be captain of the new Pure Paladins. As a show of solidarity, I hereby pledge our votes to Teradane in this election. Vote for Teradane if you agree with us. And then we get Lupe, who goes, In related matters, a reliable source has informed us of multiple accusations of criminal activity from a certain member. We are currently in pursuit of this hunter. Let all sensible hunters form a united front and build an intelligent, decent hunter association. 13th Chairman General Election Results, Round 5. Pariston again, Teradane, Cheadle, Leorio, Ikshonpe, Botobai, Mizaistom. I don't know the correct way to pronounce the name. Mizaistom, Moral, Biscuit, Sacho, Linne, Cutie, Geen, Sanbika, Lupe, and Bushidora. Lupe and Bushidora have no votes. A revote on the top 8. Then we have Cutie Beauty.
Why did I lose? But I haven't lost at all. The cute association I propose will become reality through my respected colleague, Pariston. All my angels who voted for me, please give your votes to him.
Then Biscuit Kruger.
Well, everyone knows that Netero did some crazy things. Let me say this. You can't solve a crisis with lofty morals. The recent fiasco with the ants proves that.
Then we have Gone Freaks, who's apparently being represented by a panda. Not a panda person. A panda. Like a bear. Then we get Sacho. I'll continue to work for the association behind the scenes. I hope someone worth supporting will make it to the top. I won't name names. Then we get Sanbika.
Oh, thanks to everyone who voted for me. But please spare me. I can't take this. I'll stick to my job.
Then Linne Hors d'oeuvre.
I just want Netero to come back to life and be chairman once again.
Then back to Hisoka, who's basically been hunting the lemons. Hello. Can you believe I got a map? Thank heaven for fools who do everything by the book. It shows the flight plans of 6 blimps. Killua is probably in one of the other 2. Shall I send you a copy? I'll doctor it with texture surprise. No thanks. There was an idiot carrying a map here, too. Besides, I know which blimp Killua is on. I see. Oh, right. He has a spy. 'Cause Hisoka doesn't want Illumi to do anything to Killua or Gon because he wants the honor of being able to hunt them himself, just for the pleasure of it. Literally the pleasure of it. But we have Tsubone who's watching this one lone blimp by itself.
Am I being watched? Surely I'm not so senile I'd miss being tailed.
And mind you, Tsubone is standing on top of a whole tree, like literally at the top of the tree, which should be impossible because branches at the top of a tree are not strong.
Since the mission began, I've sent eyes on me from time to time, watching from far away. Why can't I shake free of them? This has never happened before. Must be someone very skilled. Amane, hurry up! Let's fly!
Okay.
Luckily, the cloud cover is increasing. Master Killua won't miss this chance.
And it shows a blimp passing higher and higher into the clouds out of sight.
And there he goes. You're late. Come on.
Okay.
And then, as soon as Amane gets up to the top of the tree, they jump off, and Tsubone basically turns into like this flying, you know the glider that you could put boosters on in Tears of the Kingdom. What if this is the inspiration for that? Because Tsubone looks exactly like the Zonai glider that you could, configure in Tears of the Kingdom. She looks exactly like it. Rider's High Perfect Girl Evolution transforms the user into assorted vehicles. They're powered by a rider's aura, so she can't move by herself. And using Amane's aura, they take off flying into the sky.
Once we get above the clouds, no scope will be able to track us from the ground. Amane, prepare to shoot down any suspicious flying objects.
Okay.
And they get above, and they're following Killua, while Illumi looks at a map. Well, there's still time before any of the blimps land. Guess I should help Killua out. And he's already needled one of these hunters, into saying, "Yes, all clear. The target hasn't shown up yet." Like in that brain-dead sense. No response from Point C. Point A reports all clear. Should we send them to assist? Not so fast. Oh, wait. Point A reports all clear. Should we send them to assist? Not so fast. Illumi's needles control people, right? Point A could be compromised. More than 20 people before they even had a chance to sound the alarm? More than 20 people before they even had a chance to sound the alarm? I don't trust amateurs. Warn the pros going after the needle people. No response from Latoon or Kenzaki. What? The 2 blimps they were after were close together. I'll have to go. This is my chance to show my aptitude and magnanimity as captain. That word always gets me, magnanimity. And it still gets me because I still said it wrong. Magnanimity. This'll be my chance to show my aptitude and magnanimity as captain. What about the voting? Tell anyone who's free to go vote. We can make the top 4 even without those away on the hunt. Sacho and Cutie have thrown their weight behind other candidates, but the other 40 votes from the 9th and below will be scattered. We better make sure to vote.
We can't predict where the votes will go, and I don't want to sway the election through abstentions.
Why don't we hire temp hunters? We might be able to reduce the number of moderates voting for Pariston if we show that we respect the current ways.
Yes. Post a notice at once.
If all goes well, the temp hunters will be killed and miss the next voting round. Though Terradane would object if I said it, we should abstain so that this round of voters will be thrown out. Terradane is too honest, and Bushidora is too careless. So Lupe is doing some plans of his own. Then we get where we're at. Terradane wants to hire you? Good for you! Go right ahead. Don't hold back on my account. In fact, give a shout out and get as many temps as possible on board. Let me know if there's anything he does better than I do. If there's any way I can improve, I'll make the change. And as soon as he stops the phone call, he starts laughing to himself. I really love those three. So easy to manipulate. And it shows the rest of the Zodiacs taking in votes. It shows Hisoka killing any people that is hunting for him and Illumi. It shows Amane and Tsubone looking for Killua.
I haven't sensed eyes on me since we took flight, but they were following us earlier. The clouds have cleared, but we should be far enough away from the hospital. If anyone sees Alika go into the hospital, Tsubone will consider that a threat to the family. If we insist on clearing the area, we'll be prime targets for Illumi. It'll be hard to get straight to the hospital by air. Goto's idea of a car with tinted windows seems to be the best option. Canary, I can't get hold of Goto.
Me either.
Tell Hishita to send cards to these 3 points ASAP.
Understood. We have 4 headed that way already.
Okay, and have one near the hospital just in case.
They still don't know what happened to Goto.
We've got to have shaken everyone off our tail. We shouldn't have trouble getting in the car. As for the route for to the hospital... Gon, hang on.
As he pushes the throttle to make the blimp go faster. 13th Chairman General Elections Results Round 6. Pariston, Terradane, Cheadle, Leorio, Moral, Mizaistom, Botobai, and Ikshompe. Votes. Valid votes 603. Absentee 58. Vote turnout 91.2%. The vote fails. Revote with the 8 candidates. Terradane! They're all dead! And this is Lupe. Our members, the camera crew, the temp hunters, even Bushidora.
That's impossible! Ordinary people controlled by needles can't be that powerful! Illumi must have dozens of soldiers as well!
And it's really just Hisoka who's killing all of the competition. Or just one. And then a car pulls up to another location as Killua's blimp sets down.
Nice timing, Hishita. It took a while to circle around, but we're 60 kilometers from the hospital. They can't spot us.
And he gets in the car.
Head to the hospital.
Of course, sir. And they take off. But while they're taking off, they stop.
What's wrong?
Someone's ahead. And it's people. Needle people.
Needle people? How? They couldn't have followed us. Did they see the car? Run them down! They're dead anyway!
I can't, Master Killua. As Hishita looks towards Killua, and it's confirmed that Hishita has become a needle person as well. Not without Master Illumi's orders.
What? What the heck?
We're totally surrounded!
As more and more needle people start making their way through the forest at night. This would be horrifying to see. People who are being controlled by Illumi making their way through a forest as if they're zombies. And Killua notices someone amongst all of them peering out of the dark.
How'd he get here?
And it's Illumi.
Illumi!
And that's the end of chapter 329. Onwards to the last chapter for this volume reading, and then we can call it a session for today. Chapter 330. But let me change the numbers. Perfect timing. Chapter 330, Confession. And Killua is surrounded by needle people, along with Illumi, who's leading them.
No way. Unless he knew which blimp we were on all along. But even then, we flew so long above the clouds, he couldn't have followed us on the ground.
Kill. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? As he asked, because remember, Illumi feels like Killua is hiding some extra rules about Aluka from him. About Aluka.
Should I use Godspeed? Drag Hishta out of the car? Run back to the blimp? We lost you! How'd you find us? I could do it alone, but not without hurting Aluka.
If I tell you, will you hand Aluka over?
Forget it!
Yo, what's going on?
Forget it! It doesn't matter! Physically, Aluka's a normal kid. Even the needle people could kill her. Now what? I've got no choice but to call on Nanika.
And then he notices someone at the corner of his eye, and it's Tsubone.
It was I. I'm such a fool. Tsubone! Back at the mansion, the missus is watching a live feed sent from my eyepiece. Master Miluki must have hacked it to send the feed to Master Illumi, too.
Bingo. Tsubone was the spy.
I finally realized it when I sensed eyes on me the moment the clouds parted. The timing was too perfect.
I left that bit to Miluki. Alerts show up on my cell. I didn't think you could actually sense being spied on. Good for you, Tsubone. But even when you figured it out, you couldn't disobey Mom and remove the scope, could you?
No, sir. Just as you say.
Tsubone! Give me your middle fingernail.
And this is Aluka asking for another request again.
Of course, my dear.
And there's a ripping sound. She rips her middle fingernail off and tosses it towards Killua.
Master. Tsubone.
And Illumi is getting bothered.
Tsubone, give me your ring fingernail.
Sure, no problem.
And then tosses it towards Killua again. And Illumi's starting to get more and more perturbed. And then Nanika appears.
Now, Master Killua, make any wish you please. Amane and I will pay the price. For goodness sake, let us make amends for ruining your plans.
And Amane is kind of sweating a little bit because of this, but Tsubone's okay with it. Then Illumi. Yes, go ahead. This is the protocol you'll follow to make a wish for Gon, right? If you can sacrifice those two to kill me, you can sacrifice countless strangers to save Gon. Rule number 5. The same person cannot make 2 wishes in a row. If you say yes, I'll gladly die. Your intra-family mission will be a success. And mind you, Hisoka is waiting in the background. Just waiting in the background. Which is more fun? Kill Aluka and spark Killua's wrath? Or spare Aluka, save Gon and make an enemy of Illumi? Choices, choices. As Hisoka is just rolling his eyes rolling his eyes in his head. We're forbidden from killing family, but that is not family. Even if it turns out rule number 5 doesn't apply to Killua, I'm happy to die to save the rest of the family. Go on. Kill me. Killua will suffer for the rest of his life. I'll live on forever in his heart. It's a deal, Kill. Kill me, and you can make your wish for Gon. No, if I spare Aluka, Illumi will die and Killua won't become enraged. Even if Gon is cured, the pros cancel out the cons. So I should kill Aluka, incur Killua's wrath, then kill Killua to incur Illumi's wrath. Isn't that the best of all worlds? And mind you, Hisoka's face is getting more and more contorted with ecstasy over the thought of sending everyone into a rage just so he can kill someone. And then Killua, with tears in his eyes, goes,
Nanika. Heal Subone's hand.
Much to everyone's shock. Amane, Hisoka, Subone, even Illumi. Huh?
K. Hand.
And Nanika wants Subone's hand.
Subone, give her your hand.
But,
Do it.
And Illumi and Hisoka watch as Nanika puts her hand on Subone's hand.
Nanika is better at destroying than healing. She needs to touch the target to heal. But,
And then after that, it shows Subone's hand completely healed. All fingernails regrown, and as if it never happened.
wow.
K. Brother, did I do good? Hug me.
Of course. You're amazing, Nanika. The other one who calls me brother is Nanika. Healing must tire her out. She falls asleep. But that's all there is. After a wish to heal something, Nanika has not once demanded anything cruel in return. She's kinder than anyone. The one who's cursed is the one making the wishes. If you ever treat Nanika as subhuman again, you're no longer my brother.
And then something happens as, I guess, Hisoka puts his cards down. Because he was preparing to use them. Yeah, this was Hisoka's hand. This was Hisoka's hand, and he basically just puts his card down. Because now he has no reason to kill them anymore. All right. Maybe you can heal your friend without harming the family after all. But this doesn't change the fact that Nanika is dangerous. My questions remain unanswered. Kill. You're still hiding something. Rule number 5 didn't apply to you. Until you tell the whole truth, Aluka will never be free. And Illumi says this with a crazed look in his eye, but then starts to walk away.
That's why I can't tell. If you find out the last rule, any of you, you'll gladly place a needle in my head again. Master Killua? Let's go to the hospital.
Yeah, Illumi just left with all of his needle people. And now we get Teradane, who's up on the news. I have unfortunate news to report today. Captain Bushidora was killed while chasing down rogue hunters, along with 8 colleagues, 98 non-members, and 15 temp hunters hired through an ad on the Hunter website. There is no doubt cold-blooded evil resides in our midst. Regrettably, the current Pure Paladin squad lacks the power to capture the criminals and bring them to justice. This is a matter of the highest priority.
We must unite to stop it. In the next round of elections, we must surpass 95% turnout and elect a winner. We are currently negotiating with Moral, who had close ties to the late chairman, to become a new captain. We are prepared to publicize the names, faces, and abilities of the killers to prevent further tragedies. If you're with us, vote for me, Terradine!
Well, Terradine! And mind you, it shows Hisoka, who's traveling to another location. And then we get Moral.
Let's see. I don't even know where to begin. First, I told you no over the phone. Yes, I was close to the chairman, and I was part of the anti-extermination, but I'm no combat specialist. I was picked for the team for my support skills. I don't think of myself as a tough guy. You saw my election. I'm a sea hunter. You don't tie an ocean man to dry land. If you really want to get the elections over with, send your votes to Pariston. Personally, I'd rather die than do that, but that's just me. And finally, if you reveal the killer's information, you guys and who knows how many other daredevil idiots are gonna die. I told you not to disperse your forces. I told you to send everyone after one person. And stop saying pure paladin squad. That's pathetic. I won't work with someone who won't heed my advice, and I don't want to be chairman. Period.
Mind you, this is Moral's response, but it's being met with closed ears, because Terradine has been killed by Hisoka. Moral's response will not be heeded at all because Terradine is already dead. 13th Chairman General Election results round 7. Total hunters 635. Way less than the 661 we had before. Still in first place, Pariston with more votes, 293 votes. Over pretty much 46.1% of total votes. Then Leorio is second with 95 votes. Cheadle, 87. Cheadle is third with 87 votes. Mizaistom with 72 votes. Fourth place. Terradine is fifth with 43 votes, but he dead. Moral is sixth with 14 votes. And then last is Botobai and Ikshompe with literally 0 votes. Valid votes, 604. Absentee, 31. Voter turnout, 95.1. Revote with the top 4 candidates. So we have Pariston, Leorio, Cheadle, and Mizaistom as the final 4 for the vying for the position of the chairman of the Hunters Association. And that is the end of chapter 330. Volume 31, Joining the Fray, end. So, things are getting tense for the election, and things are getting tense as Killua is making his way to save Gon using the power of Aluka, which we learned is incredibly strong. It is literally like having the Super Dragon Balls of Dragon Ball Super, only it requires participation. And if it's not done correctly, countless people can die. It shows you why the Zoldyck see it as a very dangerous ability, because anyone who refuses these requests, they die, and also depending on the severity and how big the wish is, if they don't meet the demands of Aluka, that person dies, and everyone connected to them dies. And who knows? And the people that's connected to those people also die as well. They were such an intense set of chapters. Everything concerning, mind you, the election itself is very intense because Pariston is literally trying to manipulate things so that everything is successful on his end. But it's also tense from the Killua side because of the power of Aluka, and everyone in the Zoldyck family trying to get their hands on it and fully understand it so they can control it and wield it. It's like everyone trying to go. It's like General Ross going after the Hulk. Not because the Hulk is a menace, but because he wants the Hulk's power for himself and to use it for the military to turn it into a weapon. That's always been the big thing. This is literally that sort of thing. They don't want to destroy it. They want to use it. They want to aim it. They want to have control over it. So yeah, these have been some very intense chapters, and we are getting ever closer to the point where the anime stops and the series continues on. We're getting very close. As of right now, there are 38 volumes of Hunter x Hunter, with the final 10 chapters being considered volume 39. So, since we're done with volume 31, we only have 8 more sessions of Hunter x Hunter before I am completely caught up with the series. Only 8 more Thursdays. So, as I close this out, I just want to say what an honor and privilege it has been to cover this series for all of you. I've been enjoying every single second of it. I hope you've been enjoying the voices and just my overall dramatic readings of this series. But things are getting very, very intense, and I can't wait to see how things progress. But I'm done for today. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out my membership and Patreon, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!